once again at Joe Matsila Village, just 60 kilometers away from Thohoyandou. But right now joining me is Professor Alfred Nebutanda, who is the chairperson of the National Lotteries Commission Board. He will be telling us more on what influenced the NLC to fund the Matsila Community Development Trust project. Good morning, Prof, and welcome to Morning Live.
Good day to the listeners and you, the interviewer.
We appreciate your time, and we're interested in knowing more about the 54 million rands which you have funded the Matsila Community Development Trust with.
Well, I understand it's a long period. That was the first of its kind in the country to depart with 54 million, simply because the proposal that came to us, like any other proposal, it complied with the requirements of the National Lotteries Commission, but over and above, the grant was made in relation to promote cultural activities, to promote our own way of respecting the environment, and so many other things that in themselves promote the Ubuntu of our own South African nation.
It has been up to 3 years now with the project running. What are your impressions as Lottery?
I'm very glad as the chairperson of the board, and I'm representing all South Africans with regard to this project. Even the structure that you see now here, the lodge and the activities, the hall, chicken farming, goat farming, cattle farming. This is the product that we need as the Lotteries Commission. We want to see our people, going back to the roots, how they used to live, how do they used to plow in their fields, how to head the cattle. We are not interested in the new approaches. We are interested in preserving our indigenous knowledge. So I'm very happy the project, as you said, is now over 3 years. We have pumped a lot of money. It's not only 54 million. We have been supporting this project in order to sustain it. And the project is one of our shining stars in the Republic of South Africa.
It is very comforting indeed, especially with community employment. But Prof, we are interested in knowing what other traditional leaders can do to ensure that they can have a project such as this with your backing as Lottery.
Well, you know that in South Africa we have the national government, the provincial government, and the local government. Apart from the local government, we've got traditional leaders. There are places where they are only controlled by the traditional leaders. What we need from the traditional leaders is to give, permission to occupy to their individuals, so that when you apply, because if you don't have the permit to occupy that land, we can't give you a project. So traditional leaders can do the very same project by allocating the space for the individuals in order to do such a project. It's very simple. Even the traditional leader, if the council has been registered according to NPO Act, it will have the number, it can apply, the foundation can apply. So the traditional leader can also do it on behalf of the community. The community can also do a type of this project on behalf of the traditional leader. So it's a win-win situation.
All right. So when we encourage traditional leaders to apply the funding, and also other community members, as you have alluded to, but I think it's quite important to clear the kind of projects that you fund as NLC or as the Lottery.
Well, I may not finish them, but we've got 3 sectors. There is a sector that caters for early childhood education, home-based care, building of the halls, the facilities and whatever. We call it a charity sector. There is a sector that, that provides sporting grounds. I was happy that now that I see Chief Kutama, Botovela Kutama, a day before yesterday, I was awarding the development around Kutamas in Tumule, where there is an academy. So those are the projects that we fund under sports. Under arts and culture, we fund festivals. We fund people who would want to use, the indigenous knowledge to plow the ground, to build houses, because not all of us are happy to stay in a four-cornered room. We grew up, staying in a randavel. So it is high time that even His Majesty, the King of the Bavenda, must think about reviving the old Zata, so that we have all those kingdoms, the Chibase Kingdom, the Mpapuli Kingdom, the Kutama Kingdom, the Ramova Kingdom, so that at least when somebody comes here in Vhembe, can stay in those kingdoms within one sector. So that is the arts and culture sector, which traditional leaders, I think, they fit more. Even that our area is full of land claims. We want people to go back to their areas where they can rebuild the country, where they can even teach our youngsters what the 1913 accession of the land did to us. So we need to educate our people.
All right. Thank you so much, Prof.
Thank you very much, and the people must apply. Remember, the Lottery Commission is now new. The sports and recreation is open-ended now. We don't have a closing date. People can just walk in and drop the application. Charity is going to open next week. Arts is also opened.
Thank you so much, Prof. It's back to you in the studio. We'll continue to bring you the latest updates as we continue with today's activities from Matsila.